This is the area where the driver's seat bolts to, those 4 slotted holes. And so we're going to be putting down 3/4 inch insulation rigid board, and we're going to frame that with 1x2s and 1x4s around the perimeter. And then we're going to put 3/4 inch plywood on top of all that. We're going to screw the plywood down through the 1x into the floor like the bus was originally built. It had screws all over the place where they were screwing down the floor metal, which were the trim pieces and all that. So I'm comfortable using some self-tapping tech screws or whatever, and so that'll make the floor very easy to put down. And the dilemma of these 2 holes and these 2 holes I've resolved, and I'm actually doing something constructive today. I had to take the whole battery box out in order to get to the nuts underneath. Huge pain in the butt. So what I'm doing today is I made this. And this is going to go underneath. You can see the hole in the middle. I actually have to drill that center hole out a little bit more. That was the pilot hole. And I will install this on the bottom and install the 2 bolts snug fit just to get it in place. Tighten this guy, and maybe even I'll put a little caulking, polyurethane caulk on it just to kind of help hold it in place. And then I could take these bolts out and put them in later. I don't need to have anybody go underneath and hold the nuts. And I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. So, piece of cake, man. So this one up here, because those 2 bolts are kind of close together, probably going to have to use, and it's also along the edge where I'm going to have the 1x material. I'm probably going to have to use, I guess I won't have to use a countersunk screw. I'll make it work. So that's the dealio. So I can show you what I was doing to make this thing all happen. I dug up this piece of steel from my bin. It just happened to be that width and lobbed off about 1.5 inches off the end. Drilled and tapped the holes, and that's pretty much it. And now I'm working on the second piece. Yeah, that paint might look like crap. That's called hammered finish. It's supposed to look that way. I got a whole can of it, and bought for a project years ago, and I didn't use it, so now I'm using it for little odds and ends, things like that. So this is just another piece I had in my scrap bin of metal. I'm not going to true it up. There's my marks where I have to drill, and that's as far as I got before my stomach told me I needed to eat. So I'm done eating, and I'm back out here, and I'm going to drill and thread these. Call the little woman to help me out. I'll go underneath and hold this in place. She'll put the 2 bolts in it. Then I'll go back on top of the, inside the bus, on top, and drill the center hole through the floor and into this to make a mark at least. And that'll get me all lined up perfectly. Then I'll take this back out of the bus, stick it in the drill press, or whatever you've got, I guess. I got milling machine, which is so nice. So then I can finish drilling, thread that with a 1/4-20, paint this puppy, and install it underneath. And then I'll be able to put the battery box, the plastic cover in, which is underneath the door there. A regular pain in the butt. And get the batteries back installed. Earlier today I took some Ospo and I sprayed it up on there to help check the rust. which there really isn't a bunch of it. But, you know, hey, most of this bus has got a nice layer of undercoating on it, but now you can't even see where there was rust there. There was a little bit of surface rust by those welds and stuff. All that white stuff is the residue from the OSFO. So, hey, you know, that's an effort. And make it last a little bit longer. So, yeah, kind of exciting. I would really love to have the batteries back in so I can crank this thing up every once in a while.